What if I told you there was an easy way to increase your engagement productivity? And it's just based on your timing, all right? Today we're going to be talking about specifically direct marketing in an event setting. This is where we're in like a retail channel, we're inside of like a mall, we're inside of a big box store, or we're at like a fair, or we have some kind of tent event going on, we're at like a sports center, we're at like an event center. You're in a place, you got usually a setup, you got a booth or something, you got like a table, a display, maybe you're at a college, and there's traffic flow, all right? There's potential clients, there's potential prospects that are coming past you, all right? The real big thing that people are missing when they do this is their timing. They're just not timing it right. They usually wait too long to start the engagement. So this is a really boiled down, super easy way to remember how to nail the timing, how to get it exactly right every single time with every single prospect. And when you get this down, it's just going to flow better and more people are going to stop and more people are going to engage with you. Because if you're having problems with getting people to stop, I bet what happens, just because I've been doing this for a while, I bet you what happens is you start talking to them right when they get right about in front of you and they just give you a quick no and move on, right? So let's find a way to stop that. This is called 10, 12, 2, all right? And we're referring to like a clock. This is an old time clock, so some of you younger folk, you might not know what an analog clock is, but there's this thing that used to have this big round thing with numbers on it. You used to have two hands on it, right? So 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. What does this mean? All right. It means when we're at 10 o'clock, when the customer is coming from this direction, right? 10 o'clock, now the clock might be opposite too. 10 o'clock could be over here too. Could be a reverse clock. But wherever the customer's coming from, that's 10 o'clock, all right? They're coming this way. We don't want to wait till they're right in front of us to start engaging with them because that gives you no time to establish a connection. That gives you no time to start projecting your energy and start interacting with them. And they're just going to be like, I'm busy, goodbye. Right? And there's no space. There's like very little space for you to take control. So what you want to do is widen that space of control. So we start down here with nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication means when they're 10, 12, 9, 7 feet away, we're making eye contact, we're smiling, we have that palpable undercurrent of excitement through our body language. We have our C factors. So that's the first interaction. Before any words are coming out of your mouth, you're making eye contact with them. You're watching them. You're smiling. You're raising your hand as they're walking toward you. You're greeting them like an old friend. All right? So then they get that warm and fuzzy feeling like, oh, this person, why are they greeting me so? Why are they making me feel so good? Right? Because they're smiling, they're bright-eyed, they're bushy-tailed. I don't know what's going on, but I like that person's energy, right? So you're immediately hitting them with the smile, eye contact, enthusiasm, raising the right hand, good, strong body language. Now you've established a connection 12 feet out, right? Now, as they approach, as they're closing distance, they're 6 feet away, they're 4 feet away. This is when we start talking. When they start approaching noon or 12 o'clock, that's directly in front of you. Remember what I said in the beginning? Most people wait till they're right here before they start the engagement. You can't just start establishing a connection when it's 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is when you want to start getting them to slow down, stop, listen. This is where you start between 10 and 12 o'clock. This is where you're engaging when they're 4 feet, 6 feet away. This is when you're starting to bring the hand down, right? And doing your intro, doing your pattern interrupt, doing your hook, right? Just to show you what that looks like. Now there's a million different pitches, so I don't know how your company pitches. But if it's not working, you can try my pitch, right? So I'm making eye contact down there. I'm greeting them. Big smile. And then when they're getting a little closer, I'm like, hey, real quick, before you run, it's that simple. Hey, real quick before you run. And then they're starter stopping to right here usually. Sometimes they keep moving. They're like, no, I'm busy. It still happens. It's the law of averages. It's a numbers game. But this is going to increase the amount of people that at least stop. So just mastered this little part right here from 10, making eye contact, building that great visual rapport interaction there, and great open body language. You want to talk, right? I don't know. You ever been to the mall? You ever been to one of these stores where you see the cell phone people and their heads buried like this? The sales rep is like this, and they're like looking like, I don't want to talk to that customer. If you're the customer, you don't want to talk to them either. They're not going to stop. They're not going to sign anybody up if they're doing this hunch over. This is the wrong way to stop people. Oh, hey, right? But if you're just greeting them like an old friend, hey, how you doing? Real quick, I know you're in a rush, but before you run, you do your little pattern interrupt. That's called the deer in headlights move. They stop, they pull over for a second. You instruct them, hey, come over here for a second, take control, start taking control. Let them know, hey, I know you're in a rush, so then they can't tell you, I'm in a rush, right? So this is just between 10 and really 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. We can go all the way a little bit when they just get, the customer's just crossing and breaking our plane, right? But then we get past this, if they keep going and we don't have enough excitement, we haven't stopped them and they just kind of brush us off. Here's the other mistake people make, because they started their pitch right here at like 11:30, 11:45, 12, 12:30. The customer's leaving, and then they're trying to get their pitch out. Hey, did you hear about blah, blah, blah? We're doing XY product, service, save money, gift card. They're making all that. They're making every mistake in the book, right? Dropping their pants, leading with discounts, because that's not how you do it. You don't want to talk to the back of their head. You don't want to pitch them when they're leaving you. You want to pitch them as they're approaching you. You want to make eye contact. You want to make a smile. You want to start engaging them here and getting them to stop, using that command language to take control. Hey, before you run, I know you're in a rush. Pull over for a second. Real quick question, the old one. There's all types of ways to pattern interrupt somebody, right? But you got to do it when you got the eye contact, you got the face, you got the body. The body planes are aligned, right? You're not blocking them. You're not getting in their path, right? I've seen some crazy people do that before. I mean, I've seen it work too, but you don't want to do that, right? You want to make sure you're not blocking them. You're not creating like a survival reaction where they got to veer out of the way to get away from you, right? So leave a nice open space for them to travel along. You don't force them to stop. You invite them to stop with your excitement, your energy, and your positivity, your eye contact, right? So 10, 12, 2, here's you. You raise your hand, you greet the customer 10, 12, 15 feet out with your eyes, with your body being open. You smile. You make them feel good. You smile, guess what they do? They smile, right? Then you start your intro, 8 feet, 6 feet. Your intro is as easy as hi, hey. Don't have to have all these complicated intros, these gigantic elevator pitches. It doesn't work. You're overloading them, you're scaring them, you sound like a salesperson. Just greet them like an old friend, make them feel good. You are somebody I want to talk to. That's how the customer has to feel. And if you unload a bunch of sales scripts on them in that first interaction, they're gonna say, I'm busy, hey, that's great, I'll be back later. Pattern interrupt. Remember, they weren't even thinking about you when they walked in. So this is the before you run. Hey, I know you're in a rush. Quick question. You got your hook, whatever your hook might be. And then ideally you're stopping them right here at noon. You're pitching them. You're telling them to pull over a little bit, because remember, there's going to be more. You have to have eyes in every direction at all times when you're in an event, because there's usually hundreds of people. all interacting in this giant space at this big event, whatever it may be. And you can't just you can't just like stun someone in the main traffic lane and then have all the other people like having to go around them and everything, because the customer you stopped is going to start feeling weird because they're blocking everybody, right? And then every other person that's around that has to go around this guy that you stop, or this girl that you stop to talk to, is going to be like, I'm doing stuff here, why are you like, this is annoying. And they're going to associate your brand with not a good experience, right? You don't want to do that. So you just take control, you get them to stutter, you get them to stop, you get them to slow down, and you just kind of guide them off to the side. You just pull them over to the booth, you pull them over to the table, you start engaging them, you start the pitch, right? You start qualifying them. But you want to do that right away as soon as you stop them. Because then what happens is you bring them into, when they're at 12 o'clock, now it could be 11:30, you pull this off, it could be 1:30, you pull this off. But you're bringing them closer to you and your booth and your event. And then that's what happens is they're in your arena. Now you're in control, right? Now you're the one dictating the flow of the entire interaction. Instead of them hanging out in the aisle, waiting to like run away or keep it moving along. If you let them hang out there, another big thing that does happen is they get so overwhelmed from the other people all around them that they just, fall back into the flow with the rest of the group, right? So you absolutely have to pull them in. Not physically, please. Don't generate complaints, but bring them in by just saying, hey, pull over for a second. I like to make a little joke out of it. It's crazy in here. It's like a circus in here. Pull over for a second. I don't want you getting ran over, right? Have fun with it. Make it like, again, you're somebody I want to talk to. That's what your ultimate goal is here. So it's all about timing. Engage them down here, nonverbal cues. Greet them like an old friend. Have that hand up high. Bring it down to stop them. Once you stop them, pull them out of the flow, pull them out of the river, pull them out of the main lane, pull them out of that traffic flow area. Take control, put them in the arena. And remember, if they don't want to stop, that's okay. This is a numbers game. Don't pitch the back of their head. 2 o'clock, I got to hit on this too, 2 is too late. If they're going that way, see you later. Have a great day. Let them go in a positive manner. Don't let them go in a, oh, why didn't you stop? Right? I've seen that before. That's just you're creating bad juju for your brand and for yourself. All right. So let them go. Tell them have a great day. Hey, maybe they're not interested. We're not for everyone. Have a wonderful day. Mean it. Be genuine. Don't be underhanded with it. Don't be sarcastic with it. Just tell them genuinely have a great day. It's a law of averages. If you get hung up on the people telling you no, and you're in sales and marketing, you're going to be in for a rough time, because 99% of your day is getting told no. All right. So you can't get hung up on that. You got to let them go with ease, because you don't need that energy in your life, and you don't want to put that on them either. You want every single person, no matter, even if they hate your brand or your product, or maybe they had a bad experience. It happens. You want them leaving. They like you. They like you. They're not going to sign up, but they like you, and they're leaving on a positive note. So that's 10, 12, 2. It's all about timing. 10, 12, 2. Now you know. Let's get some more signups. Let's get some more deals. Stop letting these people get away from you. Stop waiting until the last second. Start engaging them. Be engaged early. Engage them non-verbally. The pitch starts. Your presentation starts before the first words are even spoken. As soon as they lay eyes on you, they're making snap prejudgments in a quarter of a second, right? So what are you telling them? What are you telling them non-verbally with your body language, your excitement, your eye contact? All right, that's it. Appreciate y'all. Let's go make some money.